It's been a really good week. The players, we approach it as we typically do, with just great focus and preparation and understanding that we're playing a great football team in Boise State, and really stayed business as usual. There wasn't anything different than how we prepare each and every week all through the season. So had a really good week, and so we're excited to be here and looking forward to playing the game.
Well, we're thrilled to have you here. Marcus, this has in many ways been a return home to you. As I mentioned earlier, you're from the Fresno area. What's it meant to play at this level and have the success you've experienced this year in the city where you really grew up?
Yeah, it really means everything to me. It's just really a blessing to be able to come back and play in front of my family members who weren't able to make the trip all the way out to Oregon. So it's just really just an amazing and blessed opportunity I have to be able to experience the kind of support I do from the entire Valley.
Jeffrey, you've emerged as a team leader in what is really your second season. Talk about your defense and why it's been so successful this year.
Like I say, we've been successful because we're a unit. We're a family on that side of the ball. We're a family with the offense side of the ball too. We try to do everything together. Work together. We hang out a lot. We try to keep the main focus of the goals that we need to do to try to win. So.
Very good, very good. Happy now to take questions. As with our first availability, if you'd wait for the microphone, let us know who you are and the news organization you represent, please. Questions?
John Wilstro, Idaho Press Tribune. Coach, a lot of the juniors and seniors on your team, they came in when this team was winning Mountain West championships. They went to the one-loss season last year. How good does it feel for them to be back at this level?
Well, I'm sure it feels great to them. We don't really talk about the past. Even walking out there today, players are saying, yeah, when we were here before. I say, oh, you were here before? So we don't really get too much into the past or what's gone on. The focus has really been on the job at hand since day one. But it's a pleasure to be here. There's a lot of hard work that has gone into this. And for those guys that were here at that level and then experienced a couple bumps in the road the last couple of years, they've dedicated themselves to getting back here. And so it's a great opportunity for us to be here and for those guys, and not just them, but the whole team who has worked so hard.
Coach, thanks. Next question.
It's working. Dave Southern from the Idaho Statesman. Marcus, I know teams always have a chip on their shoulder. They always have something motivating them. I know for Boise State, it's having lost you guys last week. What's the edge that you guys are playing with this week and going into this game?
Like Coach Tedford said, we don't really look into the past, so I think that's kind of been a team motto for us. Taking it day by day, play by play, practice by practice. So they're going to come out just as hungry to win, playing with a chip on their shoulder. But we're not going to prepare. We didn't prepare any different than we do every week because we give 110% no matter who we're playing against, and we're playing against a great Boise team. So we're going to have to bring it this tomorrow.
Marcus, thanks. Next question, please.
Jay Tuss, KTVB. Coach Tedford, you spent some time on Chris Peterson's staff recently, and just curious, how was that time with him? And there's obviously a connection with him in Boise State.
Yeah, well, I've known Chris for a long time. It wasn't just last year. When I was the offensive coordinator at Oregon, he was our receiver coach. So that's where we first became friends and worked very closely together and have stayed in contact for many, many years. We're really good friends. It just worked out last year that I had nothing to do really, so I went there and hung out with him for a while, and it was a great experience just to kind of get behind the scenes on a daily basis on how he's grown and how his program has grown, and he had great success here. A lot of things that we did at Oregon, I think he brought here, and so there's a lot of similarities that go, that kind of go through the programs. I think from and really from Bellotti to Coach Peterson and here in Washington. So there's a lot of similarities, really. But he does a phenomenal job, and it was a great experience for me just to be around it every single day. How they do all the little things. There's a lot of little details behind the scenes that make a big difference in your program.
Coach, thanks. Next question, please.
Kind of a follow-up.
Yep, go right ahead.
You bet. Earlier this week, too, actually it was last week, Coach Harsin said that he's always kind of admired you as being an offensive guy. And what have you seen out of Coach Harsin as he's kind of developed his career, I suppose?
Well, the feeling's mutual. I think you look around, and when you're studying film in the off season and you see new ideas and new wrinkles and things like that, and I think he's an innovator for sure. He's done a phenomenal job, and over the years I've always enjoyed watching wherever he's been and the things that they do. I think they do a great job, very well coached football team, but a great football mind. And this is the first time I've ever had a chance to compete against him and his team, and we have a great deal of respect for him. He's done a phenomenal job.
Coach, thank you. Yep, go ahead.
Over here, Tommy Tran, ABC 30. Jeffrey, this is for you. I was asking the Boise guys about what adjustments, if any, on offense that they needed to make for tomorrow night's game. From a defensive perspective, what has been talked about or targeted that you guys want to duplicate or replicate an effort like you guys did last week tomorrow night here?
Just come out and play. Come out and give our all. You gonna always face adversity. There's uncontrollable factors that you can't control, like the weather, everything like that. So only thing the coaches really ask for us and the players is that we come out and give our best. Give 110% like every play that we could, and just compete.
Jeffrey, thanks. Next question, please.
John Wilstrow from the Idaho Press Tribune again. Jeffrey, what's it like for you to be playing in this game, and has it really hit you and sunk in that you're at this point?
It's a great feeling. I can't express how happy I am to be in this situation, but not just for me, but for this team. We made a great turnaround. We came together. So for us to be in this predicament, it's a great feeling. I don't think it really sinked in to me yet. Probably tomorrow under the lights and everything like that, but it's something that's great. It's a great feeling. So.
Jeffrey, thanks. Next question, please.
Dave from the Statesman again.
Yep, Dave.
Coach, I know after the game Saturday, you said you wouldn't, politic and try to, host the game and all that stuff. Was there any disappointment for you guys? I mean, especially when Tuesday night, you found out you were ranked in the CFP and all that stuff. The fact that you had to then come on the road, and was there any talk about that around your team? Any disappointment?
Not around our team. I think obviously around our community there was, our fans and things like that. But I kind of prepared our team that this was going to happen. It was kind of leaning that way, and there's certain logistical things that are just really hard to control, and so it's a process as far as what you go through and how you figure these things out. And I'm sure there'll be a lot of conversation with the conference and the coaches and everyone else to see if we can make things better. It's a tough position to be in. It wasn't easy, and but it's just about going and playing the game. We're not going to cry about where we're playing it, or how it got to that point or anything like that. That's out of our control. All we can really control is our preparation and going out and trying to execute every play and doing our best to be successful.
Coach, thanks. Tommy?
Marcus, this question is for you. You touched upon it a little bit when Daryl had asked you about your homecoming to the Central Valley, but here you are with a chance to play for a conference championship. You joined late in fall camp in August. Is this exactly how you envisioned how things would play out when you decided to join the Dogs?
I definitely saw the potential in the team when I got there, but I'd be lying if I said this is the exact position we'd be in. So like I said, I'm just really thankful to be in the position I am. And one more game, we're gonna try not to overhype ourselves and just play it like it's another game, and hopefully we leave with smiles on our faces.
Marcus, thanks. Next question, please.
Jeffrey, BJ Rains with the Idaho Press Tribune. The two quarterback system that they have, how do you you guys obviously did a good job against it last week, but what are the challenges and the differences, I guess, when they're rotating who's in there and when they bring Cozart in at receiver or running back or some of the stuff they do with him, and do you expect any kind of different wrinkles, than what they showed you last week tomorrow?
Yeah, you got to expect different things, coming out with different things. It's a challenge going against two great quarterbacks like that. It's hard to predict what they might do or what they can do, but we just like everybody else. You got to watch film. You got to try to recognize some keys that they might give up or not. So, it's a challenge, but you always got to prepare for anything. So, like I said, we face adversity, and that's some type of adversity. So we just got to prepare for it.